Hey there! Do you want to support deaf children's language development? Do you want to help speech-language pathologists improve their clinical work with deaf and hard of hearing clients? Then you definitely want to come to this conference, which is happening this fall, September 29th to 30th, here at Temple University in Philadelphia, PA. For the past 17 years, Temple has hosted this conference. The goal has been to help speech-language pathologists improve their clinical work. They do that by making connections with research and practice, bringing the two together to discuss and learn from one another. Every year, the conference organizers choose a theme. This year's theme is Language and Communication in Deaf and Hard of Hearing Communities. So for example, what do speech-language pathologists need to know if they're going to be working with deaf and hard of hearing clients? Here's a brief summary of the schedule, which of course is still subject to change. It's a 2-day event on a Friday and Saturday. The Friday event will be hybrid, meaning that you can participate by Zoom or face-to-face, either one. The content on Friday will focus more on children. On Saturday, the event is in person only, and the content will be a little bit more focused on adults. On Friday morning, there will be 2 presentations. First, how SLPs can serve deaf and hard of hearing clients better. And second, what SLPs need to know about ASL English bilingual development. In the afternoon, there will be 2 more presentations. The first one, as you know, some hearing children struggle to acquire spoken language, and they may receive a diagnosis of a language disorder. SLPs are well trained to identify language disorders, but language disorders can happen in a signed modality as well. And so how can they tell the difference? Particularly, how can they tell the difference between disorder and language deprivation? That's the first presentation. The second presentation challenges us to reconsider how we think about language disorders in general. For example, we often think about the normal curve, where that range in the middle tends to mean healthy communication. Above that, great, and below is where we have concern. Is that a good perspective? These authors argue that there is no wrong way to use language. And so if they are right, then speech-language therapy needs radical change, not only as applied to deaf and hard of hearing populations, but really applied to any and all people who use diverse forms of atypical communication. On Saturday morning, Wyatt Hall will explain how early language deprivation can impact the rest of the lifespan. And Dr. Jing Shen will explain her research on speech perception in hearing adults who are older and losing their hearing. On Saturday afternoon, we'll have 2 hands-on workshops in parallel. Dr. Sarah Sparks, who is a deaf audiologist and expert counselor, she will teach you how to empower your deaf clients and help them become better self-advocates. At the same time, I will be offering a workshop teaching people how to collect language histories with deaf and hard of hearing children, with a particular focus on the period from birth to 3. So now maybe you are a deaf person who's thinking, well, I'm not a researcher, I'm not an SLP, should I come? Yes, definitely, please come. In the past, this conference has drawn researchers and clinicians, but it has not drawn people with lived experience. Not at least in the history of the conference. And we're not satisfied with that. We'd like to change it this year so that we can follow the principle of nothing about us without us. So we want deaf people to come, and we want you to be involved. So we're not asking for you to just come, sit quietly, and leave. We have reserved time on Saturday afternoon so that we can hear your perspectives. Dr. Jody Cripps will be facilitating that discussion. So this is your opportunity to let us know what you want researchers and SLPs to understand. Also, if you're a graduate student at the master's, doctoral, or postdoctoral level, we have a special program for you called the Student Scholars Program. This is by application, and we'll review your application. If you're accepted, here are your benefits. Your flight and hotel will be paid for. Your registration fee will be waived. You'll be invited to a pre-conference banquet with the different invited presenters. And on Friday afternoon, you will give a poster session where you present your research. Please note that this research does not necessarily need to relate to the conference theme. Plus, on Friday afternoon, you'll be invited to a special luncheon only for the student scholars to have a conversation with 3 NIH program officers, which is a wonderful opportunity for professional development and networking. So please apply. Full application information is available here. Briefly, there are 3 components: a video, a CV, and a personal statement. For the video, record a 5-minute presentation of yourself summarizing your research, either in spoken English or in ASL, with English captions. When we receive that video, we will upload it to our website so that during the Friday afternoon poster time, the Zoom audience can view your presentation. Second, include your current CV. And third, for your personal statement, once again, this can be either a video or a written statement. The video could be in English or in ASL, again with captions in English. In terms of the content, please address why coming to this conference would support your future goals. So, if you are excited and ready to get involved, you can find more information here on these links. If there are any questions, you can contact us directly by email here. If you're a student and want to submit something, those will be due on June 23rd, and we will review, make our determination, and inform you by the end of July. We will be providing ASL interpreters and CART captioning. If you need additional accommodations, please let us know 30 days before the start of the conference. Thanks, and remember, save the date! Please spread the word, and hopefully we'll see you there.